take everything away. Send him to the mountainous cave. 2,000 years alone stay. Musa slept in the ring of fire, bringing knowledge of how to steal and be a liar. He tried to be a civilizer, 33 and 1/3 degrees wiser. He taught him how to build a home and how to live a respectable life and how to master the original man, which was the plan of the father as a boy, 6 years old.
It's heavy. Peace. I come in the name of Allah, His Father Magnetic. Welcome to the first edition of Born Mecca Build. For those that are unfamiliar with the name Born Mecca in the nation of gods and earths means Baltimore City. Peace to all the gods and peace to all the earths and peace to all the babies out here in Born Mecca, as well as the gods and the earths abroad. Peace. Before I commence to build on said topic, there's some things that I would like to build on first, which is first today's mathematics is wisdom born. And wisdom is your words, your wise ways, and your actions. And wisdom is also symbolic to the black woman. Now, to break this down, your wisdom is to be prudent, to be wise in your judgment. See, when you apply knowledge, then you're becoming wiser. When you utilize knowledge, you're becoming wiser in whatever that knowledge that you attain or gain is. Your ways and your actions is a reflection of your knowledge. So if your ways and your actions does not coincide with the strength of your speech, then you're just talking and other people will repel. We say that wisdom has the magnetic to attract people to you. So when you're dealing with the knowledge of yourself, your ways and your actions, if it coincides with the knowledge of yourself, then you're going to attract others, and others are going to see that you are indeed utilizing and applying the knowledge that you possess. As far as wisdom being a black woman, we're saying that knowledge is symbolic to the black man. Knowledge is the black man, who is the sun once he gains the knowledge of himself. However, it is in his nature to shine like the sun. As the gods say, I call my brother son because he shine like one. Now, wisdom is the black woman because she reflects the light that the black man gives her or shuns upon her. You see, now, when we see how a woman is the reflection of the black man's knowledge, we say that how can the wisdom or the black woman be a reflection of the black man's knowledge? Well, there's a saying that many people have heard, and that saying is, for every no good woman there's a no good man who made her that way. We say wisdom is the black woman because she is the reflection of knowledge. Now, if knowledge is the black man, then wisdom is the black woman because she is the reflection of the light that knowledge or the black man gives her. Now, we all have heard the song of Method Man and Mary J. Blige, You're All I Need. Well, in that song, he said, I could be your Noah, you could be my Wiz. I could be your sun, you could be my earth. Resurrected God through birth. That's what he meant by saying that. I could be your Noah, a.k.a. your knowledge. You could be my Wiz, a.k.a. my wisdom. And I could be your sun. You could be my earth. You know, and we're going to resurrect the God through birth. And that is something that we do on a daily, whether you're cognizant, conscious, aware of that or not. This is something that is done on a daily basis, black man. So, wisdom, remember, is your ways and your actions, the things that come out of your mouth. That is going to determine who you attract and who you repel. Now, born, I've heard many people say born means to be complete, or born means to bring into existence. It means both. See, to show and prove, born means to be complete because there are 9 months in the process of a woman bringing a child into this cipher, right? 9 months before a child is born. Now we can argue 10 months and this and that. We're talking about a workable definition or a workable number. 9 months, 9 planets. regardless of what the colored man, the Caucasian white man have taken away. Now they're saying that Pluto is no longer a planet to change the configuration or the structure of our solar system. It's 9. Our ancient forefathers even saw more, but we're using a workable definition. 9. There are 9 innings in a baseball game. That means after the 9 innings, that game is over. So 9 means to complete. It means completion. Now, born is also to bring into existence, because that's what you're doing. When a baby is born, you're bringing that baby into existence. You see what I'm saying? When the innings of the baseball game is up, what is being brought, or what has been brought into existence, is what you just witnessed. So born to me means both to bring into existence or to be complete. Now, some gods born that back, you know, looking at knowledge, that you knowledge. See, you have to have knowledge to acknowledge. And once you acknowledge, you don't become an actor, because the black man is not an actor. The black man is a doer. You see, the black man doesn't have to submit to anything outside of himself. All the black man has to do is just be himself. Be to born. That's what he does. He be to born. Who you be, God? Or I be scientific. Who you be, God? Or I be Abu. Or who you be, God? Or I be Black Cream of Law. Whoever it is, you be that to born the reality of who you are. And that takes you right back to that wisdom, because who you are must be exemplified or illustrated through your speech, your words, your actions, and your deeds. And with that, I'd like to say peace. Now, dealing with what was said by a Caucasian, a European, colored man. A lot of people in society, especially this contradictive American society, you know, don't want to deal with racism. A lot of people just sweep it under the rug as if it does not exist. As I posted, it took for a Klansman to remove his hood for the unawares, the naive, the unscrupulous to see the face of racism. Racism definitely exists. If race wasn't a factor, why is it that when you fill out an application, they ask you about your race and you check African American or black? You know, you really don't know who you are, because we were just given the name African American in 1991, 1992, and we accepted it. So, you know, maybe 5 years from now they're going to give us another name. And if we're not on point, we're going to accept it. Well, from what I've witnessed, this European made a statement about how he really feels about the original man, about the original people. However, did you check out his woman? You know, now this sister, she may not have the knowledge of herself. She may not connect herself to the melanated people. And she may have severed herself away from being original, but she is a sister. She may not realize it, you know, and I can't believe, and no offense to the brother Magic Johnson, I got big respect for you, brother, and I just don't understand how you could use the word minority in regards to us. We are not the minority. And for those who buy into that, these words that we accept, these definitions that we accept, shows and proves that we are deaf, dumb, and blind. That we are blind, deaf, and dumb. It shows and proves it, because we are far from being the minority. We are the majority. And see, if you fall, or if you cut yourself and it's a minor cut, or a minor scrape, or a minor burn, that means it's not that important. It's almost maybe irrelevant. So if we accept that we are the minority, and the root word of minority is minor, and it also means one who requires direction from a parent, one who needs a guardian, a minor. Now, who do we need as a guardian when we are the father and mothers of civilization and every other people that came from us? The last mankind is the Caucasian white man or the European, regardless of what you want to believe. This is the youngest group of people on the planet. We have no birth record. They still finding artifacts, and archaeologists are still finding remains of the original man that takes us back prior, before the dates that they gave. You know, so we have to realize something, man. What the European, this colored man, this Caucasian, what he said, I'm not offended by it, because once you know the nature of the beast, then you can deal with the beast. You see, and a lot of people may say, well, well, you're a part of the 5%ers, and you all believe that the white man is the devil and all of that. Well, it's not that I believe that the white man is the devil, and this is no offense to those that I know or hold as friends that are of the Caucasian race, those that are European. This is no offense. This has to be said. I'm not afraid to speak the truth. That fear doesn't exist in me that was put in us when we were little boys, you see, and little girls, by the devil. Now we say that the white man or the colored man or the Caucasian man is the devil. Why do we say that? Are we just being racist? Are these reverse hate teachings? Is this reverse psychology? Is this reverse racism? What is it? We say that the colored man or the Caucasian man is the devil based upon what the devil means and based upon what he does. You see, there's a book, The Iceman Inheritance, right, by Michael Bradley. Get the book, read it, understand it, see what it's saying, right? Because a lot of us are still under the guise that racism doesn't exist, just because of the 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments. And many people don't know that the 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments are actually, how can I say, the shovel that puts the dirt of falsehood and lack of nationality, lack of awareness of your nationality on us. It buries us in a grave of mental death, of which we are a slave to mental death. And the power of those that be. Chuck D, fight the power that be. You see, we have a power, but our power is the truth. The power that this colored man has, this Caucasian, this European has, is the power that we're fighting against, because they're using all they have and all within their power to see that we remain the minority and at the bottom of this totem pole. You see, classism, racism, and things like that. You see, like I said, once you know the nature of the beast, you can properly and effectively deal with the beast. You see, it's not just because a white person has the lack of melanin that makes him a devil or that makes him bad. No, that has nothing to do with it. It is not Father Magnetic that says because of your lack of melanin, right, when you go in the sun, there's a chance that you could get skin cancer if you're European or Caucasian. That's just what the sun does. And that's the black man. You see, nature will seek to destroy that which is unnatural. You see, however, why do we say the white man or the colored man is the devil? The colored man is the devil because of his very nature. That is what makes him the devil. His devilish ways and actions. See, regardless of what you believe, regardless of if you hold to the concept that the Grimaldi from Africa had migrated into the colder climates and over time changed into white people, you know, if you hold to that, or if you hold to the Yakub degree, regardless, the Europeans or the colored man or the Caucasian came from us. You cannot alter the nature of truth. And customs and traditions does not alter the nature of truth. Now, it's a very sensitive topic because many of us are in love with the colored woman, the Caucasian woman, the European woman, the white woman, and we justify it. You know, we look at Kobe Bryant's wife, beautiful woman. However, she's a European. And we say, no, man, she's Italian. Well, where is Italy? Is Italy not a part of Europe? Right? Now, all Italians don't know their true history. But you have those that are Sicilians, because we have to understand what Hannibal, our ancestor, done, and how he went up into the Swiss Alps on elephant back, and he amalgamated with the people there. And this is where you have a group of people that claim not to like us, the original people, but deep down inside, those that know their history love us, envy us. And why am I using the term or word colored man in reference to white folk? Because colored, see, they called us colored at one time. ED means past tense. If I color something, right, that means that's what I did. If I add the ED, I colored this page, or I colored my room, right? That means what I done. You see, and the white man is what has been done. They have become a color. Black is not a color. Black is the base from which all colors derive. You see, they made it a color, right? And then they started playing on our intelligence, dealing with classism, right? So we say that the colored man, colored is something that was done. Now, what was done? The colored man was taken from us. Regardless, like I said, if you say that he migrated, and he became white, he still is looked at as a mutation. And because he came from us, people were darker than us, highly melanated people, pardon me, right? You came from the black germ, the black gene. You came from that, you know, separated. See, in us there's a black germ and a brown germ. Black meaning dominant, brown meaning recessive. Dominant and recessive, that's all it's saying. Well, this man, original man, by the name of Yakub. Now, here we go. A lot of people, oh boy, there you go with that Nation of Islam shit, or there you go with that 5%er shit, you know. But any black man, or any black woman, or any white man, or any white woman, for that reason, you know, can understand the concept of Yakub. Any man can be Yakub, because Yakub means subplanter. To take something out and replace it with something else. Sub meaning below. So you gotta go deeper. Like your subconscious is deeper than your conscious. See, so any man can be Yakub, In that sense, Yaqub was an original black man and was the father of the devil. Yaqub represented us. See, so if you say that, you know, the white man came from us, you're right and exact, because that's exactly what happened. Now, separating the brown germ or the recessive from the dominant, and you begin to graft, you begin to take away from the recessive, what's going to happen is you're going to make it weaker and more susceptible to wickedness, more susceptible to devilishment or devilishness. You see? So we have the European of today held us in slavery, you know, beat us, castrated us, lynched us, raped us, you know, mutilated us, disrespected us, spit on us, hosed us down, you know, unleashed the dogs on us, you know, did various things to us. That's what makes them devil. You see, his nature, it is in his nature, and you have those that are willing to go contrary to their wicked nature and go according to righteousness. There are some that are going to make it. There are those Europeans that study, gone under this study, trying to learn to do like the original people, because that's what they've done. Look at what they've done to music. They came amongst us, the John Hardy Hawking degree. They learned of our ways, of our culture, you know, and then they began to learn and they tried to do and act like us. Now, you know, you see how they moving, you see the rhythmic flow in their dance movements and things like that, you know, but we are the ones that are in tune with the music. That is a rhythmic flow throughout the universe, and those that possess melanin are more in tune with that rhythmic flow than any other people on this planet. Now, why is the white man the devil? Because he was taken out of us. Yes, he came from us. The European is nothing more than the externalization of the wickedness that exists within us as a people. Remember, they were grafted away from that brown germ. See, they took the brown germ, separated it from the black germ, and began to break that brown germ down, weakening it, making it more susceptible. Now we look at colored people or European people, and we see they need that adrenaline rush. They don't even possess a soul. Study your lessons. They don't even possess a soul. You know, we are the soul brothers. We are the ones. Black power. I understand black power. We are the soul brothers and the soul sisters. They do not possess a soul. They lack soul. You see, and it's not even emotions, because animals have emotions. They are adrenaline junkies. They jump out of planes, they bungee jump, they ski down steep mountains, and this gives them an adrenaline rush. This is what keeps them going. That's why they're very dangerous. They will kill us, black man. They will kill us. In the drop of a dime, they will kill us. They don't give a damn about us, man. This is a game that these people are playing. And I'm not saying that every white man is bad. However, I'm not saying that every black man is good. I'm saying that I deal with people based on their ways and their actions, but I know the nature. And just because I have this knowledge, that doesn't make me a racist. That doesn't make me one who hates anyone. I am definitely for my people. So what about us, Father Magnetic? We do devilishness and we do devilishment. And we kill each other. The black man, he kills each other each and every day. True indeed. There's a cause to every effect. And when you are skillful enough, when your mind is educated well enough, I don't say educated, not trained, when your mind is educated enough to see beyond the effect to the cause that produced the effect, then you can understand why we're killing each other on a daily basis. We're killing each other. We're doing these things by design. By design. Because you can go back into our history when we were at peace. You see, you can go into the Europeans' history. Just like I said, go into the Europeans' history. And there are many other books speaking about the barbarity of the Europeans and what they done, how barbaric and savage that they are. You see, it's just more sophisticated nowadays. You see, the skinheads no longer shave their heads bald or wear black steel-toe boots. You see, they're wearing Armani suits nowadays with the clean-cut haircuts. They're no longer wearing the robes and the hoods. Nowadays, they're wearing the Gucci suits and things like that, man. They're wearing all of these high-class fashions. They're not doing that anymore. That's old. So when this man says what he says about us as a people, you know, that's when we get offended. Prior to that, see, it takes something to happen to us. And this is what I said. This is my philosophy, right? This is not my belief. This is what I know based on what I see, right? I don't care. And when I say I'm speaking of we. This is the mentality and the state of mind that we are in today. We don't care what happens to another one of us. We can see one of us getting his brains stomped out, right? And it doesn't matter to us unless it's directly affecting us. You see, I don't care about that nigga getting beat up. That ain't my cousin. Some of us are so callous today, we're taking on the characteristics of the barbarian. We don't even care if it is our cousin. You see, we don't put family first. We put money first. We put emotionalism first. That's what we put first. See, I thought it was all about family. You know, our family comes first. You know, when worst comes to worst, my peoples come first. Understand that Mobb Deep track. You know, now, this man in the NBA, National Basketball Association, does it mean that or does it mean no blacks allowed? You see, because, you know, the National Basketball Association existed before the original people were allowed to play the game. You see, so was that a warning? No blacks allowed? And it's not just him. It's not just him. It's a lot of colored people, a lot of white people, a lot of Europeans feel this way about us. So why should we be so surprised at what was said? This Caucasian white man, when he made this statement, he was speaking to all of us. And it's a shame that subliminally, psychologically, he was even speaking to his own woman. See, he's a slave master. That's what he is. He's a slave master. You see? And this is why the people that are in higher places, these are the people that we don't see. These are the people that are not being publicized. You see? Anybody talking about, oh, he was referring just to black people and not Asian people or not Latino people, we're not going to get caught up in that, man. Because Dominicanos, Cubanos, my brothers and sisters from Panama, you know, Boricuas, all of these different names of people are actually original people. They are all Asiatic people. All of them. But see, again, that is what the devil does. That is exactly why he calls our people Africans. To make us here in the wilderness of North America think that the people on that continent that is called Africa are the only people that we here in the wilderness of North America have. And those people that are on the continent called Africa are all savage. You see, that's what he wants us to think. He wants us to think that we are all different. He wants us to be divided and separated. Right? We don't go around, we're not supposed to go around just calling white people devils just because we can say or formulate those words. No, man. No, that is injustice. We are of the 5%. We teach freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet Earth. All the human families of the planet Earth. And let me give you a degree. While I was in the Nation of Islam, and I looked at the flag and I saw this red flag, the red representing the sun and the crescent and star. I saw on the star and how the star was arranged inside of the crescent. I saw that there were 5 points on this star. Now, my Moorish brothers see those 5 principles as love, truth, peace, as love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You see, that's what they call their pentagram. Penta meaning 5. When I looked carefully, I saw how if you look at the point that is facing outward, there are 4 points of the star that are within the protection, so to speak, or the embrace of the moon that we say is symbolic to the woman. There is 1 point that is protruding out, and this 1 point is symbolic to the colored man, the white man, the devil. Now we gotta be honest. He is a part of that star, so he is a part of humanity. We have to understand that. Now the 4 points are symbolic to the black, brown, red, yellow. And these are the 4 brothers, and he is our son. May, son. Ma, son. May's son. So he is a part of the human family. We have to understand how he plays his part. We have to understand these degrees. See, it's just not about quoting the lessons, man. After you knowledge 120, you think you have all of the knowledge. Wrong. Emphatically no. See, 120 is a foundation. You must study. You must be assiduously devoted to studying the science of life, which is love, peace, and happiness. And this love, peace, and happiness comes from many different schools of thought. You have to study history, our story, prehistory. I'll say that, prehistory. You have people in the nation, and I know I've veered off topic, but there are certain points that I have to make. You have brothers in the nation of gods and earths, commonly known as the 5% nation, advocating not reading books. Oh man, you want to read books. How could you say that when we were prohibited from reading books at one time? We have to do that which once was unlawful. We have to read. We have to read. Who made the Holy Quran a Bible? We made the Holy Quran a Bible. In the Quran, there's a surah. It's, I believe, surah or chapter 96. Iqra, which means to read. Now you can go deeper into your study as to what else it means, but read. And not always reading a book, but being able to read a situation, being able to analyze your environment for what it is and not what it appears to be. Read. You know how it is, man. Back in the days, man, the sisters used to say, don't make me read you. What was she saying? What was she saying? Don't make me break you down. Don't make me expose you. So we have to read and expose what is hidden. I advocate, black man, read. However, read with structure. If you're studying your lessons, make sure you get your lessons down first before you start going into, different books and things like that, which may be confusing to a neonat or a neophyte or a beginner. You see? So read, man. Definitely read. If you can't read, you see, that's one of the questions. Why does the devil keep our people illiterate? Some brothers may say or have, why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? Still in all, the answer to that question, why does the devil keep our people illiterate? So that he can use them for a tool and also a slave. He keeps them blind to themselves so that he can master them. Illiterate means ignorant. Now, if I'm not reading, you do have those that are called functional illiterate. That means they can function, but they're still unlearned. They're still unread. So read, man. Read. You know how many people were beaten during the lawful times of slavery? When slavery was legal? And I do not want to say this cracker's name because I do not want to evoke that energy. You see, it's already in existence. I don't want to call upon it. You see, and when I make the statement cracker, I understand what that means. I'm not name calling. I'm calling it for what it is, because every time a white person, a colored person, or a Caucasian or European person says something to that effect, what was said in regards to us as original people, that is racism, that is hate. You see, that is bigotry. You see, that is what you call racism, white supremacy. So I'm not name calling. He cracked that whip to let you know, nigga. Nigga, racism still exists, nigga. Don't get too far above yourself, nigga. Just because you're a millionaire, nigga. Just because you play in the NBA, nigga. Just because you play in the NFL, nigga. Play golf, nigga. Don't think that racism don't exist. Don't think it, black man. Know that it exists, but also know how to attack it. Know how to defend yourself against it. That's what you teach your children. I'm not saying teach your children not to be around white people, man. I'm not teaching that. I'm not advocating that. My knowledge reigns supreme over that shallow type thinking that is very, very below me. And I don't advocate it. I don't deal with the hate. As we know that hate, it produces the negative energy, right? It is negative energy. So, with that, we have to study more and understand what is being said, right? We have to educate one another. We have to start loving one another. When something happens, then that's when we want to speak out about it. Nah, man. We got to speak out about it prior to it happening, because it's already happening on a covert or subtle or subliminal level. Anyway, it's already taking place, right? So, for all of those who got offended by what was said about us, right? Just go back and study. Study your history, our story. His story is our story. He just, what Jay-Z said, etched your name out and put Jigga on top. That's what the colored man or the Caucasian man done. You see, in the Nation of Islam, question number 2, and their student enrollment asked the question, who was the colored man? The colored man is the Caucasian white man, or Yaqub's grafted double. They say skunk of the planet Earth, and I understand why they say skunk of the planet Earth, because the skunk has a white stripe going along the back of a black body. You see? And that's what it is, always riding our back. And what does a skunk do? A skunk releases his stench. And everywhere the European goes, he releases his stench. He stinks and funks up the place. And our 110, it doesn't say skunk. Because according to my history, the Father Allah, not Clarence 13X. We got to stop calling them Clarence 13X, man. Regardless of who you are. Stop calling them Clarence 13X. Father Allah, the founding father of this nation, the nation of gods and earths, commonly known as the 5% nation, took that out because it would be more so name calling. However, I understand why they have that. So don't be offended by what these people say. Love yourself more. Love yourself greater than what you think you know yourself. You see, because you can't have love without knowledge and wisdom of who you are. You see, it says in the lessons, best part is in Arabia at the holy city of Mecca, which means where knowledge and wisdom of the original man first started when the planet was found. Knowledge and wisdom 1 and 2 take you to the supreme alphabet, which is love, hella right. See, you have to have love for self, which is the highest elevation of understanding. You know, you have to have enough love. So when you're going through hell, which is trials and tribulations, hell is a state of mind. It's not so much of a place that you're going to go to after you die. We living in hell. Hell on earth, another Mobb Deep track. You know, however, you have to have love for yourself in order to come out right, not come out bitter. Like a lot of brothers go into the penile institution. Penile, pineal, pelon. That's another topic. But a lot of brothers go into the penal institution and come out bitter. They don't come out right. They come out hating at relatives because they didn't send you any green dots. You come out bitter because, you know, they didn't send you a package or they didn't come visit you. Things like that. You know, you did it to yourself, black man. You did it to yourself. Ignorance is no excuse of the law, breaking the law. We know that. We have to know that. And I'm not saying that there are not conditions that are created for man to fall victim to, but man creates his own conditions still and all. You know, so that's what I wanted to say about what was said about us. You know, we have to bind together as one people and stop being caught up on geographical location or names. All of these things are separating us. See what I'm saying? Wants to keep us separated. That's what it speaks about in the lessons. He wants us to think that we all are different. Who is he? The same man that said what he said about us. You see, the same man that made statements about him not wanting his woman to bring her black friends, her nigger friends. But, you know, come on. That's what he meant. So that's what I wanted to say about what was said about us. Again, this was the first edition of Born Mecca Build. I would like to say peace to all the nation of gods and earths everywhere on the planet Earth. Every 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. Peace to the babies in our nation. Keep feeding them the right foods. Also would like to say peace to those that lack the knowledge of themselves and are trying to gain the knowledge of themselves. To say peace.
of the cipher is to enlighten you. True that you know that God is right beside you.